What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Noah Gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel and check out showmefootball.com for more.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh Fan of showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com, covering your Kansas City Chiefs. And the Kansas City Chiefs just got hit with a wave of good free agent news. Let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen of the Chiefs Kingdom, the Kansas City Chiefs were active yet again today in free agency, making a pair of what I consider to be very good signings, very savvy moves by general manager Brett Veach and the Kansas City Chiefs organization. Now, the first move that we got today, and one that I'm sure a lot of Chiefs fans will love, this is from Jordan Schultz, NFL insider on X, but he reports that the Chiefs are re-signing running back Kareem Hunt to a deal worth up to $2.5 million with a $1.5 million base salary. A solid move by KC to bring back a reliable runner. So this is something that I think was pretty much expected, that the Kansas City Chiefs would bring back Kareem Hunt, because, I mean, you saw what he provided in 2024 after being assigned off the street, mind you. Really impressive season from him to come in the wake of injury to Isaiah Pacheco, and he was just sitting on his couch at home, comes in, leads the entire Chiefs offense in yards from scrimmage. Now, obviously, it's not a great sign for your offense as a whole if Kareem Hunt in 2024 is leading your team in yards from scrimmage, but that doesn't mean that he shouldn't still have a place on this team. I think Kareem Hunt more than proved his worth in 2024 as someone that is a good locker room guy, is a reliable runner, good vision, seemed automatic in short yardage this year. Came in and basically fixed the Chiefs' short yardage offense. He's key on passing downs, both in pass protection and receiving out of the backfield. Excuse me. Not as athletic as he was when he was with the Chiefs originally, but can still make some of those plays, can still bail you out at times, still breaks a lot of tackles. This is someone that can help this team. And I think it was a no-brainer to bring him back for 2025. But this time, I think it's going to be more in a reserve role. I think Kareem Hunt is kind of entering the Jerick McKinnon portion of his career, where he's not going to get a huge workload in the regular season. But boy, are you going to be glad to have him come playoff time, especially when he's in there for pass protection purposes. And I think he's a great change of pace back to have, especially if the Kansas City Chiefs are to still draft running back, which I think they should do. And I know there's been some questions after the signing. Well, the Chiefs already signed Elijah Mitchell, the San Francisco 49ers free agent running back, and now they're bringing back Kareem Hunt, which means you have Mitchell, Hunt, Pacheco, and Carson Steele still hanging around. So are the Chiefs going to draft a running back, or is that it? I would hope that this doesn't stop them from drafting a running back. It absolutely should not, because we know that the Chiefs need to add explosiveness to their running back room in 2025. The way to do that is not to run it back with Hunt and Pacheco and then bring in Elijah Mitchell, who has never played a full season in his career. And I like Elijah Mitchell. I think he's an explosive runner when healthy. He brings some explosiveness, but I would kind of consider him more so someone that it's not a guarantee that he makes the team. I would still draft a running back, absolutely, but definitely like to see Kareem Hunt back in the fold, a fan favorite for sure. And I want to see the Chiefs get him his ring. Really was upset that we couldn't deliver that for him this year. His redemption story was absolutely awesome. So I'm glad that they're running it back with him again, and they're going to give it one more try. And then the second piece of news today, and again, another one of my favorite free agent signings so far. This is going to be Jerry Tillery, who Jordan Schultz is also reporting the Chiefs are signing. Former first-round Chargers defensive tackle on a one-year deal. Good depth to add to the Kansas City D-line, as Tillery has recorded 12.5 sacks and 4 forced fumbles in 50 career starts. Now, the fact that the money wasn't mentioned in any of the reports pretty much tells you that this is going to be a super cheap deal. But I love it, because I said in my video the other day that the Kansas City Chiefs need bodies at defensive tackle, and they kind of missed out on the first couple waves of the defensive tackle market. There weren't that many quality options left, but when you looked up and down the list of guys that were available, Jerry Tillery is someone that made some sense. This was someone that I actually liked a lot coming out of the 2019 NFL draft. I believe it was 2019. Drew a lot of Chris Jones comparisons. He kind of fits the Chris Jones mold. I actually have his Raz pulled up here because MathBomb reposted it after the Chiefs signed him. But he's a freak athlete, guys. I mean, he was, you see that the 28th overall pick in the 2019 draft class. So this is someone that still has upside, has not been in the league for that long. And I really like this signing because it's another savvy move, cheap contract for a guy that comes in and fills a need. The Kansas City Chiefs needed bodies at defensive tackle. I've been preaching that. They got one in Jerry Tillery. And I saw some people kind of having mixed reviews on this signing. And here's what I'll say. Like, Jerry Tillery obviously is not a star by no means, but he's coming in here to play a specific role. And you saw the tweet from Jordan Schultz. He has 50 starts in his career, 50 career starts. Now, I want you guys to think about this for a second, because I think ideally, and what is going to end up being the case, is Jerry Tillery, especially when we see the contract, when the details come out, you're going to see he's going to be very cheap, which tells you that this isn't someone that they expect to start. He's not going to be starting next to Chris Jones on this defensive line when the season starts next year. He's going to be like defensive tackle 3 or 4. I think what's going to happen is the Chiefs are probably going to bring back Mike Pennell, and they're going to draft 1, maybe even 2 defensive tackles, and Jerry Tillery is going to be DT 3 or 4. A guy that has started 50 career games as your DT4, that's pretty good value. I mean, and he's someone that can start if absolutely needed. Like last year, if we had so many injuries and Derek Nottie had to start a game, I think a lot of us would be really concerned about what the starting defensive line looks like with Derek Nottie. Jerry Tillery, you can work with that, because here's the thing with Jerry Tillery. A lot of pass rush upside, 46 pressures over the last 2 seasons. He's got some pass rush juice. He wasn't the most efficient pass rusher by any means, but again, I don't think he's coming here to start. He started for the Vikings. He started for the Raiders and the Chargers in previous years. He's been around a little bit. His career started out pretty rough, but the last couple years, he's turned into a good rotation guy, and someone that I think if you bring him in here and just let him go to town on pass rushing downs, especially lined up next to Chris Jones on passing downs, when he's going to be drawing a lot of attention, he's going to be drawing double teams. Jerry Tillery is a guy that is going to take advantage of those situations where he's going to be facing one-on-ones. He's going to come in on situational plays, and the coaches are going to say, get after the quarterback. This is also someone that can line up both at edge and defensive tackle. In fact, he's been listed at both positions, over the last several seasons. So he has inside-outside versatility, which Spags really loves in his defensive linemen. I mean, really, guys, I don't see an issue to dislike the signing. You're filling yet another massive need before the NFL draft, plugging another hole to where you're not pigeonholed into taking defensive tackle with your first pick, your first 2 picks, because you didn't get any in free agency. Jerry Tillery is a solid defensive tackle 3 or 4 that I think is an upgrade over Derek Nottie, and he at least does one thing pretty well, and that's rush the passer. And so for that, I like the signing. I like it a lot. I understand there's some concerns about him and, if he's going to produce all that much, but I mean, you're not asking him to do that. But a DT 3 or 4 that has started 50 games in his career, has 12.5 sacks since the 2019-2020 season. I mean, like, you'll take that. You'll absolutely take that, especially when you looked at what else was still available at this point. Kansas City Chiefs bring in a much-needed body at a huge position of need. I like it a lot. I think there's still upside there. I think you could see him have a career year playing on this defensive line. He's going to be in the rotation for sure. I fully expect him to be on this roster, but it's going to be a very team-friendly deal. But that pretty much wraps up the news for the day, guys. Kansas City Chiefs get a wave of good news, getting Kareem Hunt back, and then, of course, bringing in someone at a huge position of need. Love it a lot. Definitely want to hear from you guys down in the comments, though. What are your thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs signing Kareem Hunt and Jerry Tillery to 1-year deals? Definitely want to hear from y'all. With all that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this. And make sure you check out my work on showmefootball.com and arrowheadaddict.com for more. And last but not least, follow me on Twitter at showmefb. That's all I got for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. And as always, go Chiefs.